As population grows in this tiny little land due to large amount of immigration, it is a great challenge in dealing with such human density. At first, people in Hong Kong have changed their living place from houses to buildings, apartments to flats in dealing with such situation. That was only the story of the early colonial period in Hong Kong. Immigration did not stop and made the residents getting harder and harder to earn their own property. Therefore, in order to settle these residents, Hong Kong Housing Society was founded in 1948 to request help from the Hong Kong government. However, the Hong Kong government was only to provide lands for the Hong Kong Housing Society, and Hong Kong Housing Society can only raise money to build the early real estate to let the residents rent their own shelter. Until the housing problem has turned into an unexpected situation, that the list of real estate keeps on rising, and the Hong Kong Housing Society can barely satisfy the list, which has suggested the Hong Kong government to regroup and set up a brand new department, Housing Department. This department has been building and renting real estate to the qualified residents since it was founded. At the beginning of grouping Housing Department, it has taken the real estates from the Hong Kong Housing Society and some other non-government organizations, which made the number of original real estate in Hong Kong 17. May Ho House was one of the original real estates. It is now the only remaining real estate that have been shaped as an H as a top view, which had made it not only the history of it impressive, but also the whole design of it. The very last opening for the public was held in 2009. Housing Department invited the original residents to be a tour guide, to lead the people having a tour and introducing the facilities there. With such shape, the area between two wings allowed a lot of people having recreational activities, which is totally a different design from the buildings nowadays. It is a Grade 2 historic building in Hong Kong. That's just a building that can either be kept or to be demolished. However, our government decided to keep it instead and repair it to make it useful. May Ho House now is the motel for any other people to rent for a night. It is the result from a competition that's held by the Hong Kong Institute of Architects, the Hong Kong Institute of Engineers, the Hong Kong Institute of Surveyors, and the Hong Kong Institute of Planners. The competition was held on 2007 to collect ideas that what can be done to make use of May Ho House. And obviously, what has been done is the champion's idea. The idea was to allow people nowadays simulate the atmosphere back then. It is such a great idea because people back then were much closer to each other. Maybe fewer technologies are the reason why they can interact to each other a lot. But I think it should be the result of opening the door. This is a great move of creating space in interacting with others. It is really great to have chance in simulating the environment back then and enjoy getting closer to the neighbors. By such means, we may be allowed to strengthen up or to recall the spiritual level which we used to have and proud to have one, and what we call it spirit under the Lion Mountain. This dream of Little One became true by 2013, which is supported by Hong Kong Hotel Association. Maybe the environment cannot be able to roll back to the glory moment as it used to be, but the feel of it remains, at least. May all the bastards in Hong Kong keep it going without any big deals. And hopefully one day, we may be able to build up a mutual spirit in Hong Kong to lighten up our lovely city once more.